A trance is a good term. Milton Erickson was my teacher. And he never used the word trance, except he'd often say to people, hey, what's the trance that you're in that you think you have problems? Isn't that an interesting statement? What's the trance that you're in that you think you're broken or that, you know, things won't work for you? So the idea of trance is not the way it's being used in the newspapers right now. Somebody put somebody into a trance and they never came out for 14 days. See, all the different identity structures that people build are trances. And some of them are positive trances, but many of them are negative trances. And their beliefs about, oh, I got to do this and I can't do that, and you know, if I actually say anything in the team, people will laugh at me. That's a trance. And as soon as people move past their trance and get their inner awareness of their purpose, they then discover a much wider, more inclusive, more value-oriented identity that we call awakened mind. Awakened mind means that you've got some choice about what you think. You're not being driven around by little negative thought viruses or gremlins or imperatives or fear patterns. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So those fear patterns are trances. As you start going through life and you suddenly hit something that looks and sounds like a place where you were scared once before, boom, up pops a little voice. You've noticed it when you've been practicing coaching. And that is not who you are. That's the important point. It's an established habit that you built. And it was very helpful that if something came up that looked and sounded like that old negative, you pulled out that little voice. And because the emotional brain is a present tense brain, because it always thinks that that little voice is what's happening right now. And that never stops, by the way. You get to keep that. This voice will pop up. And it will say, yikes, it looks like one of those. And you get to take coach position on it. And notice you're in coach position. Notice the person beside you is really, really, really resourceful. And they're going to find their purpose. And you don't have to fix them. You don't have to step in. You don't have to change what they're doing. You don't have to do anything. And you can let that little voice just, you know, sort of pat yourself on the back. Yep, you're a good little voice. Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing. And continue on from coach position.